Hey friends, wanted to come on here and share what topic is on my heart today. So, I think a lot of people neatly place everything in different boxes with relationships. They have the relationship with others, they have the relationship with church, they have the relationship with God, they have their career, they have, sorry, a little frog in my throat. Sorry, I'm not going to re-record. You get the unedited blooper version of me. So, of course, I do video editing, but I'm not going to edit this portion out. So, anyway, listening is what is on my topic today. And in relationships, we have to posture our hearts on how we listen. We have to posture our hearts in how we pay attention to the other. A lot is taking place in that stretch of silence. If you are listening to someone, could be your spouse, could be parent, child, could be employee. I don't know. But if you are in a space and you are listening and you are receiving the words of another, how you posture yourself matters. I really feel that there's two primary ways in which we listen. There's a lot of nuances, but the two primary ways in which we listen to another is either from an open spirit or from a closed spirit. Yes, we either have our hearts open and we're listening to what the other is saying, or we are closed off and we are unable to receive the message from another. So, how often does this happen? Every day, moment to moment, it happens. I think it's so interesting that we are created in God's image. It helps me to understand a little more. In Luke 8:18, it says, "So pay attention to how you hear. To those who listen to my teaching, more understanding will be given. But for those who are not listening, even what they think they understand will be taken away from them." Wow. So we have to pay attention to how we hear. To how we hear. You can look at passages in the Bible and think, wow, sometimes you're reading it and did Jesus really just say that? Did he really say that? But sometimes he had to tear down what was in a person's heart so that the word could truly be planted in it, right? The living word. He knew what was in people's hearts. He knew what was keeping them out of this place of abundant life. He already knew. He already knew. So, to the Pharisees, how did they pay attention to Jesus? How did they hear him? Well, they heard him in order to accuse him. That's what they did. They spoke to him in order to accuse him. That's what the Pharisees did. People that wanted to remain in their sin, wanted to excuse their sin. So they listened in a way in which they could be excused. But Jesus just loved people wherever they were at. You know? He did it in such a way that his love was either going to melt someone so that they could see that it was really their behavior, or, or else they stayed in their sin. He didn't come to condemn the world. He came to save the world. He didn't come to condemn them. So anyway, how do you hear? When you're listening to someone, are your walls up? So back to the two postures, you either have a closed spirit or you have an open spirit. So you may not agree with the other person, but is your spirit open? Do you have a table where you can say, hey, listen, I'm listening to you. Share with open arms. How's your posture? How's the posture of your spirit? Because people can sense when your spirit is closed off and when your spirit is open. I think when we listen with an open spirit, it's like a hug. I think people feel it when we're really listening. I think it feels like a hug. I do. Because you're embracing the person where they are at. You're embracing the whole sacred spirit experience of a person, whether that they are experiencing pain in their person or woundedness or frustration. And you're listening to them without judgment. You are just listening. Now, when you say a message in truth, it's true, right? You can't water down truth. But if you're listening to someone, how we posture ourselves matter. I think if we don't listen with an open spirit, our defense mechanisms will kind of like escalate, and there will actually be more confusion instead of less. So ask yourself today, are you listening with an open spirit, or are you listening with a closed spirit? Listening does not start here. It starts here in the heart. So those are my thoughts for today. Okay, so here's my latest flowers. All right, so these were a fun little BOGO deal. I like fun deals, but these were my little BOGO roses, and they're doing really well. Aren't they pretty? I like the floral food that you put in them. Floral food helps. So anyway, I think they're really pretty. But I hope y'all have the best day. Thanks for joining me. You are a bright spot in my life. Like and subscribe for more musings on life. Talk to you later. Bye.